So I was sitting here in my grandpa's shed, just relaxing. It's kind of my little hangout spot for when I get a little bored. And I was beginning to wonder what would it be like to live in a post-apocalyptic world. We got a few we have a Metro, the Metro Last Light games. The world gets, Russia at least gets kind of nuked. So they kind of live in a letter where there's a lot of radiation and everything. You kind of have Borderlands where, you have a lot of psychos and stuff like that. Then you have, Fallout, which is a good representation. And I gotta say, it would fucking straight up suck. I mean, thinking about it as the world we know. We live in a world where we have internet, where we can, if we don't know how to do something, we can look it up. If, we need to learn how to make something, we can look it up. If we want to know what's going on in the world, events, we can fucking look it up. We have electricity, we can, have heaters for our homes, we can make food. We as a species have risen to a higher level, basically. We're no longer having to, cook food over a fire, or, trying to stay warm, kind of the most, I wouldn't say savage, but the most kind of prehistoric methods, we'll say that. But just think of it, in a post-apocalyptic world, we don't have any of that. It would fucking suck. In some cases we might, it all depends on the certain scenario, what kind of world. There's a lot of different ways we could have a post-apocalyptic, we could have, kind of like a zombie thing where, zombies come, screw everything up. We could still have electricity and everything. Where, we have like aliens where they come down and they completely just fuck everything up. Just completely. They just come down here, start abducting people, and just screw everything up. But we have, me as personally, I don't like change. So when something changes, I don't like it. Hence the one, don't like change, So when something's so, with such a big change, like, the world ending, that would throw me on, I'd be screwed. I would be completely out of my element because everything's changed. I'm not one of those guys where, where I just like, need electricity 24. I can go out fucking camping. I don't need to be on a game 24/7. I can go out in the woods with a knife, go explore, listen to some music, do something like that. But just having everything completely change where, I can no longer do the things I like to do, to not be able to do the things I have become accustomed to on a day-to-day basis. That would screw me up. That would completely throw me on my ass. And in the world today, we already have, people hurting people, kind of things, and a lot of things, like in the movie The Mist, the people get so scared because of the monsters and everything that they begin to kind of just pretty much practically believe in anything that what a person would say. If one person's like brave and speaking up, kind of giving them hope, and regardless if they're like, go kill those 20 people over there and you will be protected, trust me, I know my shit. They go fucking do it. That kind of brings a big terror factor into the equation, because now you got people who are going into a mass hysteria who will fucking believe anything, regardless if their words coming from a lunatic or not. And I recently watched Devil Man Crybaby, which is kind of the same thing, They want the demons to be killed, so they believe anybody is a demon. If you're like smarter than somebody, they probably think you're a demon faster, probably think you're a demon, and then it becomes a thing where humans, as a species, are complicated folk. We have some people who won't go against, the laws or the I suppose kind of morals that humans have, and then just some people just like a quick on a dime, they'll go from maybe babysitting a kid, showing love, compassion, to going over, cutting somebody in half, or wearing their skin as a fucking dress. people can freaking change. In a post-apocalyptic world, that can happen. A good example of that, I think, is in one of the Predator movies. One of the survivors comes to help, a group out, but then he betrays them to try and steal their stuff, their items, their clothes, food, everything, just so he could survive. Which that also brings in a bit of paranoia, because it comes to a part where you don't know if you can trust somebody or not. Family, you might be able to, friends, you might be able to, but it comes to a point where a person could probably be faking like they need help or something, just, they'd go around and kill you. That's what kind of living in a post-apocalyptic world can bring. There's a lot of things. Paranoia, hysteria. And in a post-apocalyptic world, in most cases, the law no longer exists. You don't have police to help you. You don't have the army there to, protect you. Meaning that those who kind of were scared of not doing things because of the law no longer have that fear, no longer have that, law hanging above their heads to kind of keep them in line. So now they're just like, give me your fucking shit or I'll stab you. They fucking change. And that's kind of one of the scary things, is because you now live in a world where there's no law. In the world today, we have police, we have law enforcement, we have kind of people there to protect us, to give us kind of an air of protection. Like, they might not actually fucking protect us, in some cases, but they're there, and it gives us a somewhat feel of protection, that if we're going to get mugged on the damn streets, that somebody's going to come along and help us out. But in a post-apocalyptic world, we won't have that. We won't have the protection, and that's kind of the scary thing. We can no longer have, that kind of aura around us. We now have to worry about somebody coming in, sticking a knife to our throats, and trying to, rob us or do something like that. And now we don't have the police there to kind of protect us. There's so many key factors that can come into a post-apocalyptic world. The loss of, the things you're accustomed to. No more electricity, no more, heaters or anything like that. You lose, your sense of trust, because you don't know if, is that person going to try and betray me? I have a knife. So if he knows I have a knife, maybe he's going to try and kill me. Maybe I should kill him first. I'm going to kill him first. It's just so many fucking things come into it. And that's the scary thing about living in a post-apocalyptic world. Like, you can have somebody that you've known your entire life. You've freaking been born with them. Raised with them. You went to school with them. You worked with them. You know every detail about them. And then as soon as this post-apocalyptic world comes into play, they can suddenly shift into somebody else. Like, you don't fucking know them. And that's the thing. Like, right now, I'm just in a rundown shed kind of thing. This could be my home when a post-apocalyptic world comes into play. I lose every sense of what I know. I can no longer do the things I'm used to doing. And a sense of fear would wash over. And that's a lot of people. Like I said, a lot of people are happy that the law is there. They're happy that they're kind of there to protect them. It gives them an air of, feeling like they're protected. Whether they are or they're not protected. But it gives them a sense of, protection. But in a post-apocalyptic world, we won't have that. You would have to watch your own back. It's kind of a thing about the survival of the fittest. You'll have some people who could probably smash you with a giant freaking tree branch, with their muscles, the big muscles. And then you got the people who could probably just freaking outsmart you. Like, there's a lot of ways to survive. And, there's chances that you won't be able to beat certain people in survival. So in a post-apocalyptic world, things change. Things dramatically change. And that's kind of one of the things I wouldn't like. Everything changes. You know, I can't go walk down the street without probably somebody trying to kill me. You know, I wouldn't be able to play my games. I wouldn't be able to listen to my music. I wouldn't be able to do things I normally do. So living in a post-apocalyptic world would probably suck a lot. But that's what you get. So everybody who loves playing Fallout, you know, just loves doing it, just remember, one day that might happen, and you probably not gonna like it if it fucking happens. This is gonna fucking suck. You die once, that's how you get one fucking life. That is it. No redos. Unless you become a member of a Secret Service area, and they will genetically modify your body. It is. It's been Horror Hollywood, and I'm just me rambling. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Back. Shit. Bye-bye.